Praise Him. This is Pastor Melissa Wade, and I am coming to you as I always try to do with encouraging words. Encouraging you today and also being transparent in trying to help those that are going through with this pandemic, those that are going through illness also with this pandemic. And today I'm going to be a little transparent. To help somebody. Okay, I was tested positive with COVID about 2 months ago. A small circle of people know it. And those that knew it at that time made sure they covered me. But I feel that I need to help those that are sick and those that are going through. Family members who may be sick that are going through need encouragement. Those that may still have symptoms, lingering symptoms, they call them the long haulers, and are still going through. That I had it about 2 months ago, and my testimony is that God brought me through. He healed my body, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to Him. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful health and strength. I had it. My daughter had it. And we had to isolate ourselves for about 3 weeks. We were not asymptomatic. I had symptoms. And I thank God because I also have asthma. And what I thought in the beginning, I thought I had a cold. But the smell went away, and I did not want to acknowledge the symptoms, but I did isolate myself, and I tested myself, and I came back, I was positive with it. Her symptoms lasted 3 days, and she was over it. My symptoms lasted about 2 weeks, and I had the shortness of breath. I had the achy pain, the aches, body aches. I had a fever that would not stop. I did not have any of the GI issues, thank God for that. I had the to me, which was the body aches was horrible, but those that had it or have it, it was the stuffy head that really bothered me, because you can't breathe with the stuffy head. And then on top of that, like I said, I have asthma. So I prayed through it, and I thank God for my family who came by. They gave me food every day, because this virus, it takes everything out of you. You're fatigued. I would get out of my bed at night, sometimes with shortness of breath. It was bearable, but it gotten bad one night. So I had to talk to my daughter, because she was fine. Her symptoms had gone away, and I told her, I had started giving her instructions that if Mama got to go to the hospital, these are the things that you need to do. I also called family members to let them know that if I have to go to the hospital, I have things lined up as for it when it pertains to Erlani, my daughter. It was scary at night, because that's normally the time when it felt like I never had sleep apnea, but if you had sleep apnea, that's how it felt at night. You could doze off into a good sleep, and then you'll wake up trying to catch your breath. and I had those symptoms. So what I did, I'm gonna try to help some of those that are going through. I was very prayerful. When you're weak, it's not, you're just laying there, and you're to me, I don't know how everybody's different, but I kept glazing out my window, looking at the lake and looking at the little wildlife that was outside, because I really did not have any energy to do anything but to get up in the morning and go to my couch and to go back in my bed in the evening time. I made myself eat. And even as I'm talking and telling you this, I just think it's the grace of God that brought me out. Me and my daughter, it was nobody but me, her, and God. So what my family did do, they did help me. I'm going to tell you what the things that I did to help me. I tried to build my immune system. My sister brought me some zinc, even though I was taking the regular multivitamins anyway that had all of this stuff in it. But when you're going through this, you need to pump up and build up your immune system. So I went and got some zinc. They brought me some zinc. My sister brought me some zinc. And I was taking zinc every day. I had medication at my bedside. My sister-in-law came and brought me some elderberry, and my brother some elderberry, and I was eating that. For those that are going through, because everybody don't understand how it feels, you don't want to eat. I had to make myself eat. I would get up in the morning. I would make me 2 pieces of toast. I may have been able to eat 1 piece of toast, because I know I had to put something in my body in order to try to keep myself having energy. So I also purchased some. I had this already. Some vapor rub to help clear up, because like I said earlier, the issue is you having a stuffy head. And I also got Mucinex. Mucinex helped me at night. It'll help you sleep. It'll clear up a lot of that. Not a lot. It'll clear it up some, so that it'll be bearable. That your sinus area will be a little clearer for you to have a portion of sleep through the night, because you don't really sleep too much. I know I didn't at night with that, with the virus. I also had 2 thermometers. I had the thermal thermometer, and I also had the oral thermometer. Now the reason I did this is because I took my temp every day with this thermal thermometer, and I knew I had a fever. I had the body aches. I was hot, but it would never register. It would register at 99, and those that know, 99 is not a fever. 100.2, 100, but 99 was not a fever. But what I went and got was an oral, just to make sure, and my oral was more accurate. So to me, it may be different for different people, but for me, this was not accurate. This, I had a temp of 102, 103, 101, 104, 100.4 for days. And then some days it would cut off, it would be normal. And I'm like, well, thank the Lord, I wake up in the morning, my temp is good. And by the time the afternoon comes, that's really your real temp. By the time the afternoon comes, it's back at 100. So I did that. I had both thermometers. I also had a pulse ox. Y'all know I'm a nurse, so I was taking care of myself. So I had a pulse ox by my bed, and I would make sure my oxygen level was not at a level where I had to go to the hospital. So I had to monitor myself and make sure, like right now it's at 99, but my oxygen was at a 94. It would go down to 94, 95 range, but I would monitor it just to make sure, and that way I know if it got too low, I would have to get up and go to the hospital. So I did that. Now, one thing I was going to get, because like I said, you have your stuffy head, and you are tempted to get the Flonase is what I wanted to get and use. But Flonase, for those that may be sick with it, it's an immune suppressant, so it can suppress your immune system. So you want everything that you can get in order to build your immune system up. So when you're purchasing certain medications, make sure you read the back and make sure that it does not suppress your immune system. Because what fights this virus is the immune system. And as I was going through, I was even thanking God for the fever. I'm going to be honest with you. Because the fever meant that my body was fighting against this virus. I was fatigued and I was tired. But I knew that was also part of my immune system fighting against this virus. And I believe it was a Saturday night, I began to pray to the Lord. I didn't have fear. I didn't have fear of dying. I'm going to be honest with you. Didn't have fear of dying, but I wanted to make sure that my daughter was, if something did happen to me, that she was taken care of the proper way. So what I did, I prayed to the Lord, and I asked him, I prayed for my immune system, because it was fighting, like they said, the kids, Erlani had symptoms maybe 2 days, and she got over it. She had fever, she had the body aches, and she got over it. But mine was continuing. So I prayed to the Lord for my immune system, that God just build my immune system, make it so it can fight this virus. I'm just telling you what I prayed. You know, you can have the medications and all of that, but at the end of the day, God is the healer. God is the ultimate healer. The Bible says you ask what you want. You pray for what you want. So I knew my immune system had to fight against this thing, because it was going on for 2 weeks. So normally the symptoms may last 3 or 4 days, but my symptoms was going on for the 2 weeks. So I prayed, and that night, when I say fever left, everything, I felt my healing that night. So I'm going to tell anybody that's going through, pray, because God answers. He answers prayer. I'm not contagious. I'm negative. Matter of fact, I'm positive for the antibodies, so I can actually give my antibodies to those that are actually going through. I can give my the convalescent antibodies to the convalescent plasma to those that are that need it. I'm not sure if it's working right now, but if they ever, I know they need it, but I don't know if it's actually working. But if it's needed, I do have the plasma. I know they ask that you donate, but I'm also waiting to see where it is working, because they're not using the plasma as of yet, that I know, widespread. So I do have the antibodies, but my testimony is today, those that know me, God is good to me. God has been good to me. God has been good to my family. Our service today was great is thy faithfulness. Our theme today was great is thy faithfulness unto me. And as I look back over my life, the things I've been through, and what I'm still going to go through, I look back and I see how, even though he allowed things to happen, he still took care of me in the midst of the storm. And someone prophesied to me on today and told me, there's blessings after this storm. So those that are going through during this COVID season, I came to encourage you. Those that are sick, I'm talking to you, encouraging you, letting you know that God can and God will heal your body. God is a healer. I thank God for my family. Very supportive and very scared. So I thank God for them taking care of me during this time. Those that my church members that knew that was praying for me during this time. Those that came to my church and ministered when I could not. I thank God for you. And everybody's prayers that went forth for me. I just thank God for it. So anyway, I'm getting ready to end this, but I'm doing this to help those that have gone through, and those that you may even be tested negative and you still have those like that fatigue. And I really do believe that comes from your body fighting so much, because you can be over it and you're not contagious and you're not testing positive. Matter of fact, you test them negative, but you still have that fatigue. And I truly believe you're fatigued because your body was in battle with this virus. So I can say that I fought COVID, and my testimony is I won.